Hey everybody, it's Greg from Nexus Property Management. We're here at Nexus's headquarters in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and it's a bad day in the neighborhood, and that's because we have to file a mechanics lien today against one of our beloved clients, one of our own property owners. We have to file a lien against her. Now, it's not something that we do all the time, but we must be paid. We have to be paid for the work that we performed and rightfully earn those dollars. So what I'm going to do today is go over what we're doing here, what's going on with this lien, how much we do, and then when we get an attorney involved, because it's not something that you can handle start to finish. However, you can get away with starting it and potentially get paid. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So jumping right in here, we've been in business for 7 years now, and I would say offhand that we've probably filed, give or take, 6 or 7 of these liens against property owners. And it's for work that we've done that they either don't agree with paying us for or don't have the money or what have you. So we must move forward because we're in business. We need those dollars. And first things first with the lien, if it's less than $1,000, you can't file. Okay, it has to be more than $1,000, so that's your first requirement. But it's always good, and what we should do is always ensure that a deposit is given up front to prevent this day from happening. But what happened in this case, it's a 2-family in Providence on Hope Street. A sewage broke. Okay, a pipe burst in the basement, filled up, and we have the duty, we have the responsibility to respond and fix it. The owner approved us to do the work. The owner never stiffed us previously. We've been doing business with her for years. So we said, you know what, we'll make the exception. We'll get the property, we'll save it. We'll make sure the tenants are happy, and hopefully she pays. We don't want to talk about money in a time of stress and panic. So we did the work, and it was about $6,000 that she owes us. Where is it? So we've waited a month. 30 days is what we wait until we start to sink our teeth in. But keep in mind, you can't wait forever. The way the law works in Rhode Island is you have 200 days from the last day that the work or the materials were furnished. So in our case, it was work and materials. And it was about 30 days ago from the day I'm making this video right here. So we're well inside of that 200-day window, but I don't want to wait 200 days. That's almost 7 months, and you shouldn't be waiting long either. So I suggest waiting about 30 days to try to amicably work that out with the owner. Maybe they give you a payment plan, maybe they give you half now, half later, but you don't want to wait too long, and you definitely can't wait more than 200 days, okay? So there's a standardized format to the way that this needs to be created. And if you go online for your specific state, or if you're here in Rhode Island, you're going to see exactly what needs to be included with that intention to file lien, because that's what this is. This is called a notice of intention to do work or furnish materials or both. So that's what Rhode Island wants you to do first, is fill out this form, okay, and file it in the appropriate land evidence records for your specific city or town that the job was completed in. I'll repeat that. You file this notice where the job was performed, not where your business is located. So in this case, I'm here in Pawtucket, but this job was in Providence. So where do I file it? In Providence. That's where the work was done. That's where the monies were earned. Okay, that's where her property is. So that's where it gets filed. Don't make that mistake, because big mistake, all right? And as far as the letter goes itself, you're going to be able to make it. You can make it on a Microsoft Word if there's not a standard one provided to you by that local government. But we've made it, and simply put, it says, all persons are hereby notified that the undersigned, which is us, has within 200 days prior to the mailing hereof done work, furnished materials, or both in the construction, erection, alteration, or preparation of an improvement on land described as follows: Hope Street, I'm going to omit the number there, Providence, Rhode Island, 02906. The nature of the work done and or materials furnished is as follows: property management, property maintenance. And it was done or furnished to Marie, who's the owner of such and such address. So pretty much it's saying there, here's the property, the work was done. Here's the kind of work it was, which in our case was property maintenance. And who was it done for? The property owner. The approximate value of said work or materials is, as of the date of this notice, $5,857.50. Okay? The exact amount that he or she owes you, itemized as follows: property management, property maintenance, detailed invoices of specific work performed attached in addendum, which I'll get to, provided per our management agreement, which was executed by Nexus and Marie on April 18th, 2018 at 7:42 p.m. Okay, we have a timestamp when she signed the contract with us. Also very important. Okay, the undersigned has not been paid for the work or materials or both. So in a nutshell, I'm not going to keep going, but that's what this notice needs to include. It needs to include who did the work, for who, at what property, how much is owed, and for what. Now after that, the owner of Nexus authorizes me as a general manager to act on his behalf for the company. So that is recognized here. It gets notarized. Then I include the management agreement with the client, which you would include the contract that they signed with you to perform whatever work is done. So if you don't have a contract, all you have was a phone call, oh yeah, go ahead, do the heating system, $5,000. Not good. Because if you want to file this lien, you might not get too far. You need something in writing, and our contracts are beautiful because for many reasons, but the biggest one here, it shows exactly when she DocuSigned, exactly when she agreed to these terms. And we include the DocuSign certificate. So there's no saying that she didn't know what she was getting into. It's all digitally protected. Also, I'm including here that she named us as an additional insured on her insurance policy. Okay? That's also important. It shows that she agrees and acknowledges that we are her property manager. So it's not really specifically helping me here. Okay, this insurance document really not applicable at this time, but it just shows that she knows and agrees to Nexus acting on her behalf, which is very important. Next up is the statement. Okay, the statement, which is from Nexus, that shows how and why she owes this amount. It's $5,857.50, like I said before, and it just outlines that she did make a partial payment back in June, but not enough to cover the total balance. After this, we have the work orders that she approved with their appropriate bills, because this is multiple jobs that are adding up to this amount. So you're going to include those invoices, those work orders, again, documented with timestamps. Very important. So what I'll do today is head down to Providence. I'll file this in the land evidence records. So if she's trying to sell the property, we're going to get added. We're going to get added when the title search is done. They're going to say, oh, whoa, what's this? Who's this Nexus Property Management? Oh, they did work for you. So that's why it's also important that you file promptly, because some owners, very shady, very greasy, might go and just try to sell the property and get out from underneath you. So when I file this lien, though, I'm not taking preference or priority compared to a mortgage. It potentially could happen. It's extremely rare, not an attorney, but I'm saying that it's sequential. So whoever she owes money to first, whoever's in there, as a lien holder is going to get paid first. So I'm going to be down on the list a little bit. Maybe she has a second mortgage, so maybe I'm in third place, or maybe there's other contractors that have filed liens against her before me. So it's really a pecking order, but it's pretty rare with the rental properties that there's more than a mortgage. Okay, usually it's one, maybe two mortgages, and maybe another lien of some kind, but you don't want to take that chance. This would also come up if she goes to refinance it. So anytime there's some type of equity transfer, this will pop up, okay? So that's very important. The last thing I want to mention here is attorney's fees, collections costs. You can't add that to this. Now, Rhode Island is a pretty flexible state, so you may be able to add interest. You know, if you go further down the line in the process, that's something that I would talk to your attorney about. But overall, in a nutshell, you want to file early, file often, and try to avoid this at all costs. Get deposits, get contracts, get acknowledgments, use DocuSign, use technology, okay? Get rid of the phone calls, the in-person meetings. They're useless when this happens, okay? So if you have any questions about this, you can ask me, but like I said, not an attorney. I suggest that you get one that specializes in this type of work. And also feel free to comment below with any feedback that you have on this video. Okay, once again, Greg from Nexus. We're here at Nexus's headquarters, your property managed.